Hello, my dear friend. Welcome back to Senior Living Easy. Come and join me here in the quiet of the night. It's a time that so many of us know all too well. The clock on the bedside table might read 2 or 3 in the morning. The house is perfectly still. The world outside is asleep, but your eyes have just snapped open. And your mind, well, your mind has decided it's time to start running a marathon. Does this sound familiar? That frustrating middle of the night wakefulness where sleep feels like a distant shore you can't swim back to? For years, this was my struggle. I'd lie there doing the anxious math, calculating how many hours were left until I had to get up. I'd toss and turn, fluff my pillow, and get more and more frustrated with each passing minute. That frustration, of course, is the worst thing for sleep. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. But what if I told you that there is another way? A gentle, compassionate 10-minute habit that, for me, truly changed everything. It's not a magic pill, but a simple, repeatable ritual that can calm the racing mind and gently guide you back to rest. So tonight, let's talk about what to do when sleep walks out on you and how to lovingly invite it back in. The entire habit is built upon a single, non-negotiable golden rule. It is the foundation, and without it, nothing else will work. The rule is this: you do not, under any circumstances, reach for your phone. I know how tempting it is. We think, I'll just check the time or I'll just read one quick article. But that little glowing screen is the most effective sleep-stealing device ever invented. There are two reasons for this. The first is the light itself. The bright, blue tone light from our phones, tablets, and computers sends a direct signal to our brains that says, "Wake up, it's morning." It actively suppresses the production of melatonin, the very hormone our body creates to help us sleep. Reaching for your phone in the middle of the night is like telling your brain the sun is rising just when you need it to believe it's the dead of night. The second reason is the content. Buzz Alitenan. The moment you open that screen, your mind is flooded with information. An email from your son, a worrying news headline, a post from a friend. Each one of these is a little hook that snags your mind and pulls it further and further away from a state of rest. Your mind begins to engage, to worry, to plan, to get angry. It's the exact opposite of the calm, quiet, and wonderfully boring state that invites sleep. So the first step in this habit is an act of will. You make a pact with yourself that the phone stays on the nightstand, untouched, until morning. Now, once you've accepted that you're awake and you've resisted the urge to look at your phone, the second step might sound a little counterintuitive. The step is gently get out of bed. I know our instinct is to stay put, to wrestle with the sheets and force our eyes shut, believing that if we just try hard enough, sleep will come. But what actually happens when we do that? We begin to associate our bed with frustration, anxiety, and wakefulness. After 15 or 20 minutes of tossing and turning, your brain starts to see your bed not as a sanctuary for sleep, but as a battlefield of frustration. We want to protect the sanctity of our bed as a place for rest. So we change the scenery. This is not a dramatic wide-awake action. You simply, slowly, swing your legs over the side of the bed. Perhaps you have a soft robe waiting on a chair. You slip it on and you quietly leave the bedroom. The goal is to go to a predetermined peace corner. This could be a comfortable armchair in your living room, a specific chair you've set aside just for this purpose. It should not be the kitchen where you might be tempted to snack, or your office where you might be tempted to think about bills or projects. It is a calm, neutral space with a comfortable seat and a dim lamp. This simple physical act of changing your location is incredibly powerful. It breaks the mental loop of frustration that was building in the bedroom and signals to your mind and body that you are going to try a different, gentler approach. So here you are. You have honored the golden rule and left your phone untouched. You have lovingly broken the cycle of frustration by getting out of bed and settling into your quiet, comfortable peace corner. What now? The temptation might be to let your mind continue its frantic race, just in a different location. This next step is the gentle anchor that will calm those choppy waters. It is a simple breathing practice. Now, please do not be intimidated by the word meditation. We are not trying to empty our minds or achieve some mystical state. That is far too much pressure for 3 o'clock in the morning. Our goal is much, much simpler. It is to give our busy, chattering mind one simple, physical thing to focus on. You can close your eyes or simply lower your gaze softly to the floor. I find it helpful to place a hand gently on my belly, and now all you have to do is notice your breath. Don't try to change it or control it. Just feel it. Feel the gentle rise of your belly as you breathe in and the soft fall as you breathe out. Your mind will wander, I can promise you that. It will jump to a worry about tomorrow or a memory from yesterday. That is simply what minds do. The practice is not about preventing the mind from wandering. It is about how you respond when it does. When you notice your thoughts have drifted away, you just gently and without any judgment, guide your attention back to the feeling of your breath, back to the gentle rise and fall of your belly. You might have to do this 5, 10, or 50 times, and that's perfectly fine. Every single time you gently guide your mind back, it is a moment of victory. It is an act of profound self-compassion. This simple act of focusing on the breath takes you out of the anxious, narrative part of your brain and grounds you firmly in your physical body. The breath is always in the present moment. By focusing on it, you are anchoring yourself in the now and gently calming your entire nervous system. Just a few minutes of this, 5 at the most, can make a world of difference. After a few minutes of quiet breathing, your nervous system will be calmer. Your mind may still be awake, but it is likely no longer racing with that same frantic energy. This is the moment for the final step of our habit, reading a few pages of a wonderfully boring book. The key here is in the details. You must do this under a very dim, warm, yellow-tone light. Remember how the blue light from your phone signals your brain to wake up? A dim yellow light does the opposite. It is calming and does not interfere with your body's desire to produce melatonin. So in your peace corner, you should have a small lamp with a low wattage, warm tone bulb. The second key is the book itself. This should not be a thrilling page turner or an exciting mystery novel. The goal is not to get engrossed. The goal is to get sleepy. I find that a book of poetry, a dense history book, a biography of someone I'm only mildly interested in, or even a dictionary works wonders. You read just a few pages slowly. You don't set a goal to finish the chapter. You simply read until you feel your eyelids getting heavy, or you notice yourself rereading the same sentence over and over. This gives your mind a gentle, linear thing to focus on, pushing out any lingering circular worries. When you feel that wave of sleepiness, that is your cue. You don't wait for it to pass. You close your book, stand up slowly, and you walk back to your bedroom. Now, your bed is no longer a place of frustration. It is a welcoming sanctuary that you are returning to, ready for rest. You slip back under the covers, and you will likely find that sleep comes much more easily. This entire 10-minute ritual, no phone, a change of scenery, a few minutes of breathing, a few pages of a dull book, works because it is an act of compassion. It breaks the cycle of anxiety and replaces it with a cycle of gentle, loving care. And now I would love to hear from you. What helps you when you find yourself awake in the middle of the night? Please share your own gentle wisdom in the comments below. Your experience could be the comfort another person needs to find. Remember, my dear friend, the night can be a time of peace, not a struggle. Be gentle with yourself. I wish you a deep and restorative rest. Until next time, be well.